With what is going on in the world right now, there's a few things that the coronavirus has taught us and hopefully open a lot of people's eyes to. In this video, I'm going to go through 3 things that the coronavirus has taught us and hopefully what you can learn from it. So if that sounds interesting, let's get straight into it. As always, make sure to subscribe down below and like this video for more videos like this. The first thing that coronavirus has taught us is that your job is never secure. It's unfortunate that a lot of people during this time has lost their job because their companies cannot afford to keep them on. And what this has taught us is that your job is never secure, whether you've just been recruited at a new company and they needed you, or whether you've been working at the same company for the last 10 to 15 years and you thought you were secure because you've been working there for so long. But what you need to realize, the company only really cares about themselves and whether they can stay afloat or not and stay profitable to afford to have you. If they can't, then they can't actually pay you. Which leads me to my second point, is to always have an emergency fund. An emergency fund is to set money aside for an emergency, like if you've been laid off from your work or you got to pay for any unknown expenses or unforeseen circumstances like medical bills, etc. And you should have at least 3 to 6 months of your expenses, and it's based on your living expenses. So say if 1 month your living expense is £1,000 and that includes all your bills and all the basic necessities, then you need at least £3,000 to £6,000 as your emergency fund. So if you've been laid off tomorrow, you can survive for the next 3 to 6 months, and in that time you can find yourself a new job and get back to your feet. And that's what the whole purpose of emergency fund is. It is for an emergency. I see a lot of people that don't have an emergency fund and they're pretty much getting screwed over and are struggling right now because of obviously what's happened. If you haven't got an emergency fund at the moment, it's super simple to set one up. All you need to do is set up a savings account, which literally takes minutes if you just Google how to do that. And then you need to put a set amount every month to your savings account from your wages or from your income. So say if you earn £2,000 a month, you can put literally £500 every month to that savings account for your emergency fund, and then over time it will build up to a substantial amount. Lastly, the third thing that coronavirus has taught us is not relying on one source of income. Unfortunately, a lot of people, as mentioned before, have been laid off. They don't have an emergency fund. They no longer have a job, so they're in a difficult situation to survive right now. And that's why another source of income becomes so handy, because if you've been laid off from your job, you still have another source of income to pay off your bills or your living expenses and to basically survive. Whereas if you don't, then you're in a difficult situation. So it's always important to create one. If you're in quarantine right now and you don't have another source of income, I would recommend spending the time that you're at home to build up your skills to generate another source of income. For example, you could be taking an Amazon FBA course, learn how to do affiliate marketing, learn how to flip stuff on eBay or Amazon. Just build up your skills so you don't have to rely on one source of income. Those are the 3 things that coronavirus has taught us. Obviously, we're not in an ideal position right now, and obviously there's more negativity, but try twisting it and make it into a positivity of things that you can look out for if this ever happens in the future. God forbid it doesn't, and what you can build right now from it. So your emergency fund, another source of income, etc. So I hope this video has helped you guys. If it did, drop a comment down below. Also, make sure to subscribe down below and like this video.